Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking about compound translations. Now, right off the bat, compound translations sound like they're going to be complex, but I assure you they really aren't. As long as you can do two separate translations, you can do a compound translation. Because all a compound translation is doing two separate translations to the same shape in one move. All right? So let's dive in. Say we wanted to perform the compound translation, 8 units to the right, 6 units down, to this shape here. Well, if you remember, there's two ways to do a translation. Way one is to plot the points on the graph, and then follow the rules of the translation to plot the prime points. We're going to do that one. The other way is to make a key using our translation rules, and then plug each of these points into our key to find our prime points. We're going to do that one as well. So let's take a stab at both. First one here is going to be plotting it on the graph and moving it by hand. This is really great if you have a graph. Since we have a graph, let's do it. We'll start here by plotting our first shapes, our pre-image points. A, negative 5, 4. So negative 5, positive 4, right here. That's our A point. B, negative 4, positive 10. Negative 4 up to positive 10. That's our B point. C, negative 2, positive 8. Negative 2, positive 8. This is our C point. And D, negative 2, positive 3. Negative 2, positive 3 is right here. C. And then, of course, we'll connect the... Oh, no, sorry, not C. D. We already have a C. Then we'll connect those dots with some lines just to kind of give our shape a little bit of shape. A little joke there for you. And now we're going to translate each point by hand. We do that by simply starting at a point. So let's start at B. And then moving as the translation tells us. In this case, we're going to move 8 units to the right and 6 units down. Let's do that. 8 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now 6 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right there, that is going to be our B prime point. 4, 4. Do it again with C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. Now 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our C prime point. 6, 2. All right, now let's do it with D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Here's our D prime point. This is 6, negative 3. All right. And now the last one, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. And here we have it, A prime. Sweet. I'll graph these. Oh, let's actually write the point here. 3, 2. 3, negative 2. Cool. And now I'll put little lines to once again give our shape some shape. I love that joke. And there we have it. We have a translated shape, a compound translation, if you remember the name. Just doing two translations at once. So that's how you can do it by graphing. But let's imagine we don't have a graph. Let's pretend that this graph doesn't exist and we were just given the points. Let's see if we can still perform that translation. Spoiler alert, we can. The way we do it is we just make a key, right? Since we're going to start with the given points, we'll start with just x, y. These are the x of the point that I start with, y of the other point, and we're going to translate them using this key. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room. Firstly, we're going to move 8 units to the right. Well, if I want to go right, that means I add to the x. So I'll go x plus, and then however many units I want to move right. There we go. 6 units down. I'm going to look for down. Here it is. That means I'm going to subtract from the y. Y minus 6, because that's the number of units I want to go down. Minus, subtract. Down, lower, right? Cap that off. And now I'm ready. Start with our A point. Our A point was -5, 4. We'll plug it into the translation. And my A prime point will be -5 plus 8 is 3. 4 minus 6 is -2. Now we go to B. The pre-image B was -4, 10. Slide it in our transformation here. And our B prime should be -4 plus 8, which is 4. 10 minus 6, which is 4 again. All right. Now we'll do C. C was -2, 8. Slide it on over through our translation here. C prime will be -2 plus 8. -2 plus 8 is 6, comma, and 8 minus 6, 2, 6, 2. And then last but not least, our D is going to be -2, 3. That's where we start. -2, 3. Put it into our key here. And D prime should be -2 plus 8, which is again 6. We just did that one. And 3 minus 6, which is -3. And there we have it. Here are our transformed points. And let me just show you. I'm not blowing smoke. Either doing it by hand, you'll notice we're getting the same points. A prime is 3, -2. B prime is 4, 4. C prime is 6, 2. D prime is 6, -3. So once again, it doesn't really matter which strategy you use. All that really matters is this. Can you do that strategy? For example, if I didn't have a graph, I couldn't graph it. And B, which strategy is easier for you? Math is awesome because there are 1,000 different ways to get the same answer. It really just depends on preference. Which way do you like to get that answer? If you want Mr. Graph's opinion, I prefer using a key. I don't like graphing, especially when I don't have the graph in front of me. It takes a long time to make a graph, so I prefer just plugging things in. But if you like to graph it and you have the means to do so, have at it, my friend. All right, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to post one more example of this afterwards. I would like you to use that as a practice. I would like you to pause the video at the start of it. Try it yourself, either by graphing on a piece of paper or using the key, and then watch the video all the way through to see if we get the same answers. All right, I'll see you there.